Good morning, everyone. Good to see you here once again on Dee's Delights. I am going to make chicken breast Pierre today. It calls for 6 boneless breast halves, but it says in the calorie, the nutrition facts, that it only has 246 calories per serving. There is no way that my 13-ounce chicken breast halves only have 246 calories, so I cut them in half. So probably you should try to have a breast half that's about 6 or 7 ounces, just depends. But today I'm a little bit short on the chicken breast, so I'm going to have 4 chicken breast halves, smaller versions for this recipe, but it says you can use 6. We're going to need a 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, a pinch of ground black pepper, 3 tablespoons of butter, 1 14.5 ounce can stewed tomatoes, and you want the liquid in it. You do not want to drain it. 1/2 cup of water, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons distilled white vinegar, 2 tablespoons Worcestershire sauce, another teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons chili powder, 1 teaspoon mustard powder, 1/2 teaspoon celery seed, 1 clove of garlic minced. I did not have a clove of garlic, so I am going to use my roasted, already pre-minced garlic, and that, to equal a medium-sized clove, would be a little over 1/2 teaspoon. So I'll probably put close to a teaspoon of this in it. And then you can optional whether you want an 1/8 teaspoon of hot pepper sauce, and I will forego that because there again, Doug is not much of a spicy type of hot spice in his food. So let's get started. It says in a shallow dish or bowl, combine flour, 1/2 teaspoon salt, and ground pepper. So I'm going to get a shallow bowl right here. So we're combining the 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 1/2 teaspoon salt, and ground pepper, which is just a pinch. Where's my pepper? Which we determined that a pinch before was like 1/8 of a teaspoon. So I'm just going to measure it out, that way I don't need to stick my fingers in here. And we'll mix that together. Okay, coat chicken breast with flour mixture, melt butter in a large skillet over medium heat, and brown chicken on all sides. So I'm going to put the 3 tablespoons of butter in the skillet over medium heat. Before I put my chicken breast in there, I am going to wait until this butter has melted and the pan is hot. So I am ready. So there it is. And you know, I was thinking when I started this recipe, that sounds really good. Normally when I look for recipes, I try to see if all the ingredients are something I would like. I'm not really going to make things that I can't stand. That would make absolutely no sense. So when it called for stewed tomatoes, and I looked at this little picture of a stewed tomato here. See that little teeny picture of a stewed tomato? Once upon a time as a child, that would have made me barf. My mom used to make stewed tomatoes, and I can remember just about gagging over these stewed tomatoes. But now when I picked up this jar, I'm thinking, oh, that looks so good. So good. How does our taste buds change from a child to an adult that once made us sick, now we enjoy? So this to me will be a good recipe. I love tomatoes now. Used to really dislike them as a child, but now I love them. So what all can we talk about for the next few minutes while the butter melts? Anything new with you guys? Not much new here, other than this is at the end of October that I'm recording this, and a lot of these episodes are just going to be recorded as I make meals for the house. So if you just see me at random times of the day, or like this morning, I haven't had a chance to really get anything accomplished yet. I'm just cooking whenever, I'm just gonna videotape whenever I cook. That way I'll have episodes just goes on for years and years, and you get to enjoy them. So you might see episodes that I'm recording today that might not air till next year because I have so many in the queue that I've already recorded. And if you join my YouTube channel, Dee's Delights, which is a new YouTube channel, you can see them just a couple of days after I record them. Where on Facebook, they're going to be spaced out. So just a little FYI. Dee's Delights on YouTube, and you'll see a lot of Dee's Delights. But I am a legitimate Dee. My middle name is Dee, D-E-E. So look me up, and don't forget to send me your recipes. Send them to me. I know I have a few that I have to try out. A friend of mine sent me a vegetable soup recipe. I'll have to try that out. I've had other people send me recipes, which I have in my little Dee's Delights booklet. I'm trying to space things out and decide what I want to do, but it would be great if all of you could pick out one recipe that is your favorite. It can be a main course food, a main meat, a potato, a salad, a snack, a dessert, whatever. Send it my way, and if I use it on my Dee's Delights, guess what? I'll send you 25 bucks. You can do whatever you want. Some people donate it to others, some people keep it, it doesn't matter. So let's see if the butter's about ready. It's getting there, it's getting melted. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead, I'll tell you what, I better put them on a plate. Get them all ready so none of them are frying up before the others. So I'm gonna mix it, whoops, I already got flour on myself. Just mix it in the flour. Remember, these are big ones cut in half. They are huge. So remember, the recipe calls for 6. But I'm going to use 4 because that's all I had in the fridge. And with Doug and I, we don't need to really eat 6 breasts. It's just with us here, we don't eat as much. So some of these meals will make more than we need. That's why I've had to take them to my parents or share them with Lindsay and Jack. Okay, these are ready to go into the skillet. It says brown chicken on all sides, and then we're going to remove from skillet and drain on a paper towel. So we'll get that ready. 1. Move this butter around. 2, 3, 4. Now, the couple of those are pretty thick, and then the other ones aren't. It depends. I cut them in half. So they're going to take different times. Okay, when they're done browning, we're going to put it on a plate with paper towels on top to let them drain. So while that's doing, let's see what we need to do next. In the same skillet, combine the tomatoes, water, brown sugar, vinegar, Worcestershire sauce, season with salt, chili pepper, mustard, celery seed, garlic, heart, pepper. Bring to a boil, reduce heat, and return chicken. Okay, so let's get our other ingredients ready. We're going to need water. We're going to need, and I'm going to get these in a little bowl and mix them together. So all I have to do is pour one thing in at a time. So 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. It doesn't say to pack it, so I'm not going to pack it. Look at that. 2 tablespoons. Perfect little ball, half sphere. Sphere. Is it sphere? Or, yeah, sphere. Like pin. It's like Worcestershire. Okay. So water, we got our half cup water. We got tomatoes. We'll just have them open. Where are they? Tomatoes. Have that ready to pour in. Two tablespoons distilled vinegar. And I'm going to put the liquids in one, even though they're all going to the same thing. We're just going to get them ready. And this is distilled white vinegar. One, two, and this could very easily be mixed up with your water at first glance. Okay, 2 tablespoons Worcestershire. We'll put that in there. 1, 2. One teaspoon of salt. We'll put that in with the dry ingredients. 2 teaspoons of chili powder. Wipe this off a little bit. 1, 2, make sure that said chili powder. 1 teaspoon of mustard powder. That might have been a little over, but oh well. 1/2 teaspoon of celery seed. I do have a 1/2 teaspoon here somewhere. Yep. Boy, that I might have to check those chicken. Might have to flip those over. I'll check them and see. Yeah, they're not brown enough yet. Nope, I'll give it a little more time. Okay. 1 clove minced garlic, but I'm going to use a 1/2 teaspoon of the one in the jar, a little over a 1/2 teaspoon. I'm going to put that in there. We've got celery seed, mustard powder, chili powder, salt, tablespoon, 2 brown sugar, all that's in there. Okay. So when the chicken is brown, we're going to take it out, put it on here, and then we're going to mix all those ingredients together. So that'll be a few moments, so I'll be right back with you. Well, my chicken is browned on one side. Could be a little bit browner on some pieces. You just get it browned. That was probably about 4 or 5 minutes. So now I'm just going to kill some time, get a few steps in here. There's nothing worse than just standing around. We should turn this into Dee's Delights aerobic class while cooking. That sounds like a good idea. Oh boy. Okay, well, you guys can't watch me do aerobics anyway right now. It's just going to be another 4 or 5 minutes. I got all my dry ingredients mixed up. We got the Worcestershire, the water, the vinegar. It's all just waiting. In the meantime, I can go ahead and put the rest of the ingredients away that I'm not going to be using again. So I'll put these over here. That way we can be clean. And our kitchen doesn't get out of control. I hear the chicken howling in there. I think we got everything we need. Put everything away. Hey, if somebody wants to come join me on an episode, get a hold of me, private message me, email me, call me. It's so much more fun to cook with another person. You can talk, laugh. Here I just get to talk to you guys through the camera, and you can't respond back. At least while I'm recording it, you can't. So I like to hang out with people So come join me sometime. Okay. I turn the music on, but then Facebook will flag it as copyright infringement because I'm listening to a radio station on Sirius that I've paid for. But that's all right. That's going to take it a little while. I love fried chicken. And this is boneless and skinless. So it doesn't have as much calories in because there's no skin, but I'm still frying it up in butter. Yeah, that one chicken, part of the chicken breast that I cut in half, it's a lot thicker than the other three, so it is going to probably take a little longer to simmer in the pot because you're supposed to simmer it for about 35 to 40 minutes. The other ones might be done at 35. It might take that one about 55 minutes or 50, I don't know, we'll see. As you can tell, I'm just rambling. I'm trying to fill in the void here. Yep, it's starting to get brown. Maybe like another minute or so on that side. Now Doug's not going to be here today to taste this because I'm going to take it to him for lunch, but it won't be here. And I'm not going to take my video camera to work, even though I could. Maybe I will. It wouldn't surprise anyone. By golly, I think I will take my video camera to work. All I gotta do is videotape it on my phone. I know Doug will appreciate it. He always loves it when the camera's in his face. I have enough video of Doug that I could watch a different video every day for the rest of my lifetime. Feel like he was right there with me. Okay, I think it's getting brown enough. I'm going to show you here. I'm going to put it on tape. I'm going to put it on the paper towel now. Let them just sit there while I get the ingredients that stuck. Okay. Yeah, that one got nice and brown too. You don't want it burnt. Maybe just a golden brown. That one got a little bit crispier. I like it really crispy, but okay. So here are our 4 breasts, which remember the recipe calls for 6. Let's put all of our ingredients in. It says in the same skillet, combine tomatoes. Combined tomatoes. Those look good. Water, ½ cup. Brown sugar, vinegar, Worcestershire, seasoned with salt, We're putting all the ingredients in now. I'm just going to sprinkle that around. Get it evenly in there. I think we got it all. Okay, I'm going to stir this around and mix it. Did you see how much easier it was to have the ingredients measured out? Some of them already in a bowl. That way you didn't have to do each individual one, and I know most all of you know that, but some of you may not. So just a little helpful tip. Okay, bring to a boil. Let's bring it to a boil. So I'm going to turn this up a little bit. Oh, it's coming to a boil pretty quick. Then what we're going to do, once we bring it to a boil, we're going to reduce heat, return the chicken to skillet, cover and simmer for 35 to 40 minutes. Okay, it's coming to a boil. So I'm going to reduce the heat down to about 1. We're going to simmer these for about 35 to 40 minutes. Put it like that. Yeah, that's good. They're still hot. I'm going to turn it down to pretty low just to simmer. Cover. And I'm going to start with about 35 minutes. That gives me time to do a little house cleaning. I'll check those. And I'll let you know how they turn out. And the way you can tell that they're cooked is that they're no longer pink inside and that juices run clear. I'll be back in about 35 minutes. It's down to the last 2 minutes. I'm going to check it to make sure that they're cooked the whole way through, and I'll be able to tell if the biggest one in there is cooked the whole way through without having a pink center. I was looking up jokes, food jokes, clean food jokes to tell you. There aren't any good ones, I'm sorry. They're all ridiculously stupid. I was going to tell you a few, and then I thought, no, I can't torture you poor people. Let's see here. Yep, it's done. If the big fat one's done, they're all done. Let's see here. You want to spread some of this juice over it. I'm going to put them in a container. And I'll show you the end result. And I'll take my camera to work today. What we want to do is get the chicken. Can you see it? I can't tell. Pour all the goodness, all the tomato chunks over it. And just let them soak in that. And I'll let you know what Doug and I think. Thanks for joining me today on Dee's Delights. Don't forget to send me your recipes. Also send me some good jokes. Good, clean jokes that I can tell on here. It's going to be a good day. Going to be a good week. Going to be a good year. I have that good feeling that 2021 is going to be a fabulous year. So I'll see you in a few minutes when I go out and serve Doug lunch out at the office. Have a great day, everyone. See you soon. The office yet. So I thought I'd show you how great this chicken Pierre really is. The meat is tender, if I can get it apart here. The tomatoes, the stewed tomatoes in big chunks. Now you have to like stewed tomatoes. And the broth on this is just superb, superb. And I'm going to sit here and eat this in front of Jennifer, who is behind the camera. But it is very tasty. So we'll see what Doug rates it in his usual rating system. But me, myself, I would give the chicken Pierre a 9 out of 10, even though I don't know what Pierre means. Have a great day, folks. Thank you for joining me on Dee's Delights. Thank you, Jennifer. I'm going to tell Doug how to eat his chicken Pierre.
Sorry, I've learned to ignore you.
Doug is going to give me his famous rating, his review of chicken Pierre. Doug, do you know what Pierre means?
No, my grandmother used to have a dog named Pierre. Somebody from Paris who's a man.
I have no idea. There's a chef Pierre, but it's called chicken Pierre, and I'm not sure why. What's your thought on it?
What are these?
Those are tomatoes. Doug, he doesn't know what a tomato looks like.
If you're going to harass me while I sit here and eat,
I'll just have you give it one last, take one huge bite, and then you let me know, and I'll let you be.
it's actually good.
Is it?
What is the spice on the outside?
Well, there's tomatoes. Let me think. There was, I got minced garlic in there. We got a little onion powder. Well, no, minced garlic. Holy heck, I'd have to look at the recipe to remember what all I put. There's brown sugar in
cook
there.
it, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. There's brown sugar in there. What else did I put in there? I put in some Worcester sauce. Worcester. So what would your rating be out of a 10?
An 8.
An 8. Very good. That is excellent. An 8. All right. Thanks, Doug, for being my guinea pig today.
You're welcome, and thank you for cooking.
You are welcome anytime.